Hey, Meg Tucker from Meg Tucker Talks, once again at one of my favorite places ever with Jen Stockford, Jen and Joel Stockford, who own Vagabond Pet Supply. But today, as you can see, we're not looking at pet beds. We are looking at the possible greatest product in life, which I'm kind of freaking out over. It's called Easy Clean. You may have seen it in pet stores, but that doesn't even scratch the surface. So I'm going to be a customer. I'm learning along with you today. Jen,
yes.
Where do we begin with Easy Clean?
Okay, first, I think the first thing, this is going to be a conversation full of testimonials and information and stuff, but the first thing that we have to kind of touch on is how are we going to describe the things that we're going to talk about? Are we going to say pee, poop?
Okay, what are my other options?
Turds and piss, feces and urine.
That's too formal.
Too formal?
Pee and poop.
Okay, so
we're going with pee and poop.
So if you're not good with pee and poop, this is probably not for you. But Easy Clean is an enzyme-based product. Okay, it is a live product. It wants to come out of this bottle and it wants to digest the organics that we produce. So our pets produce, our kids produce, we produce.
Okay, so right out of the gate, and I promise to not interrupt too many times, but my mind is blown because I was always feeling like this was a pet product, just a pet product. But no way. This has a million more uses. Yes, you just said kids. Okay.
Yeah, anything. I mean, this is basically organic waste. So if you can think that as long as it's a naturally occurring waste product, a stain, an odor, you know, your carpet stains, your underarm smells, your the pee and the poop that your dog is putting out on the lawn and the deck, the blood, you know, nosebleeds, anything like that. This will digest it and take it away. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Okay. How long has the product been around?
We have had it since 2012.
Yep.
Yeah, Wiley was still in his stroller, so that's how I'm remembering it. And so we've been we've just started really, really small and slowly but surely, you know, started to bring it out to the dog shows, get it out there. People started to love it. And now we are selling it to a whole bunch of shops, a whole bunch of kennels, doggy daycares. You know, we've got it in all kinds of really great places for you to get.
And it's made in Canada.
It is made in Canada.
Your product.
Yes, it is our product. We bottle it here.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's vagabondpetsupply.com. You can certainly get the store locator there, or you also ship, which we know that.
Yes. Yeah, we ship off the website.
And then we also, I want to get this out now before we finish, even though this is Facebook. We want you to head over to Instagram at easy-clean, just like you see on the bottle, and follow us on Instagram because it's awesome. Okay, so there's the housekeeping out of the way. Now what?
Okay, so we're going to start with where we can use this, okay? So we're going to start with the outside applications first, and we've just got kind of quick samples to kind of get your mind, you know, starting to think of where you can use this.
Okay.
So synthetic grass. Lots of people are into synthetic grass now. Small yards in the city, reduced water consumption for some communities. You've gone to a small patch of synthetic grass where your Chihuahua has peed and pooped all winter and it smells horrible. Right? So you're going to clean up any of the chunks and stuff, and you're going to get the Easy Clean and you're going to dilute it, which is great about Easy Clean because although in all the containers it's a concentrate, so it's really nice and strong.
Yeah.
But then you can take it and for your different applications, you dilute it as you need it.
So you're not necessarily using an entire bottle in one spot in one day.
Yeah, because the bigger the area, the more dilute you can use it.
Okay.
And if you have, let's say, a red wine stain on a carpet right smack dab in your living room, you're going to want to blast it full strength and get the results that make it go away. You don't want to see it anymore.
Full strength.
Full strength.
Got it.
So, outdoor applications, synthetic grass, real grass, concrete pads.
So stains and stuff, right?
Yeah, or just pee. I mean, you know, outdoor surfaces, they're porous. They soak up the urine, and they as soon as the hot sun hits it, it smells horrible.
Yes.
It's right beside your barbecue, and you're trying to have an outdoor dinner, and the patio smells like ass, and you're just like, you're like, yeah,
Yes.
this is great. And so, yeah, it's not even people. Propane tanks, your barbecue propane tanks, the cover of your barbecue.
Yes.
Dogs will tag that all winter long.
Okay.
And you're just like, oh, do I throw it out? No, you don't. You spray it with the Easy Clean. The Easy Clean digests the urine.
Yep.
You know, hose it, practically really hose everything down, get it wet, apply the Easy Clean. Where the water absorbs into the concrete or the wood or the fabric, the Easy Clean will follow the water. And it's digesting the whole way.
So that's, you just said something that totally makes sense to me. So you want to get it wet again, and then the Easy Clean uses the water to like get at
and
it.
you don't rinse off the Easy Clean.
Okay.
You get the surface wet first.
Yes.
Apply the Easy Clean.
And then walk away?
Walk away. Leave
That's
it alone.
it. No scrubbing. I sound like an infomercial, but no scrubbing?
No, don't
just
dab
leave
it. Don't soak it.
Okay.
Don't smear it. Don't anything. Just say, happy life,
Done.
and walk away.
Done.
Yes.
That is
Yes.
my kind of
Happy
cleaning.
life, yes. So again, outdoor, we'll get through the outdoors.
Okay.
Pea gravel, huge, because the pea will,
Gets
gets
in.
into the sand layer underneath the pea gravel, and it smells in the hot sun. Easy Clean, works on that. Bark mulch.
Really? Okay.
Oh yeah, and even real dirt. So let's say your dog run is dirt, like it's not like a paving stone or anything. It's dirt, and it smells. Your neighbors are complaining because you're on their side, close to their fence or whatever, and they're saying, we're trying to have our hamburgers out on the deck, and your dog run really stinks.
Yes.
And like maybe bylaw has even come and said, hey, your neighbors are complaining. Well,
I feel like some of this might be a personal
true
experience
story.
somewhere.
Yeah. Have heard a lot of that
Okay.
one. Again, dilute the Easy Clean, apply it to the dirt, and you're good to go. It will start to eat that urine that's left over there, and it'll smell a lot better.
You mentioned, and I want to share this because it was very cool just moments before we started, flower beds.
Yes. So
Right?
this is a true story, my own.
Okay.
Cats, my kids love cats, and they tend to pee in the flower pots up on the deck.
Okay.
And I am way too busy to want to take all of that dirt out of the flower
To
pot.
repot everything.
To repot
Plus-
everything.
Right.
And plus I had stuff that had reseeded itself, so I really didn't want to screw around with all the little seedlings and stuff. So yeah, I took the Easy Clean, I diluted it in a watering can, and just soaked those pots like crazy.
Okay.
And so they were wet for maybe a good couple, 3-4 days, right? And I could go back in, and I actually worked the soil and everything, and it did not smell like cat pee. So yeah, it was really neat. And of course, the little seedlings and stuff still were there.
See,
Like,
that's
yeah, it didn't kill them.
tremendous.
Yeah.
So out of the gate, gardening.
But
Done.
again, I mean, it's for people who you don't have time a lot of the time to fixate on these things that are really bugging you, right?
Yes.
A stinky garburator, stuff like that. You're like,
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh. So like my kitchen drain, that's a little bit
Yeah,
funky.
so that'll bring us
the bathroom. My husband's behind the camera. The bathroom sink and the drain.
So we'll use that into getting into the household
I'm
stuff.
getting
So-
ahead because I'm getting excited.
Yeah,
Okay.
so carpets
Okay.
and tile grout. Like lots of people have, they have tiles in their back entry because that was, it looks pretty. And
Okay.
well, the grout will collect
Yeah.
all the grime from the dog
Yes.
coming in the back door, or the dirty boots, or you live on an acreage and you got there's mud outside and
Yeah.
stuff, and poop, chicken coops,
Yeah.
stuff like that. And so you're bringing that in, and you can clean the top nice surface of the tile, but the grout is where the stink goes. So again, by applying the Easy Clean, you can mop it on, or you can spray it on if you've got a really bad situation. But we've been in some Oriental restaurants that sometimes we're like, you want to take that buildup of grease in a restaurant area.
Fast food place,
yes,
right,
and
right.
you're just like, whoo, you almost get excited that
You want to have Easy Clean in your purse and be like, can I
Yeah,
have
grout
this?
lines are kind of starting to
Yep.
be my thing, where I'm going like, oh, hold on here, that's a good Easy Clean
That's awesome.
testimonial. Yeah.
That is so
so
good
it
to
works
know.
really good on that. So carpet stains, of course, when you have pets, regardless of what it's going to be, cats can be nasty. We hear so many stories about cats peeing on people's beds, and you're devastated.
And
because,
buying a whole new mattress.
well, mattresses are not cheap, right?
Yeah.
And you're just like, is there any way that I can help this? Or let's say your kids, maybe they're going through that stage where they are peeing the bed. And again, you know that it's going to last a little while. You're not going to go out and buy a new mattress, and yeah, so we've had both of those situations in our house. and we have used Easy Clean, and really, it works fantastic on mattresses. Yeah.
Okay.
And blood too. You know,
Okay.
sometimes you get
Nosebleed,
nosebleeds and
right?
stuff.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
So carpet, here's my
Carpet.
question. So Oliver, sweet little Ollie, our lab, got sick to his stomach a couple nights ago. So this is perfect timing. But I have some in my under the sink, ran to it, and the area was wet. So I picked up all the
Yeah,
and
you
then
have
I
to
went
pick up the chunks. You do.
and I sprayed the heck out of it, and then I just walked away.
Yes.
Was that right?
Yes, yeah. So
Okay.
you know, I mean, it wasn't a really bad puke. It was
Right.
just kind of chunks
Yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
You're gonna have to pick up the
Yep.
pieces and everything, and then you don't have any visible like liquid
No,
yellow
no,
anything like
no.
that. But you know it was there.
Yes.
Right, you know it. Okay, and so yes, you take the Easy Clean, it's on there, and you leave it alone. So anything that is sitting on the very top pile of that carpet is going to be eaten by Easy Clean.
Because as we talked about before, when you spill something or when something pee.
Yes. So if you have a pea stain that looks like this, you know, size of a big toonie,
Chances
on
are
the top,
there's more.
Well, yeah, on the back it will be the size of the dinner plate. So a lot of what we see on the surface isn't necessarily what we're dealing with underneath on the subfloor and stuff.
Which this was. I don't know if you can see it, but
Yeah,
that
it's
is
water.
the size of a
Yeah.
dinner plate.
Yeah,
And
we
you
were-
poured some water.
Yeah, a cup of water.
So by doing this, the Easy Clean will then travel through the water
Yes, so
and
again,
get to that.
water really helps
Okay.
Easy Clean get to where it needs to go to get all those organics. So if the pea went down and it spread to the size of a dinner plate,
Okay.
then the Easy Clean is going to go, you know, you're going to apply the Easy Clean, and the Easy Clean is going to follow that same path
Yeah.
and get that urine.
Question: what if I come home and we had a kitty, no longer, but if we found a spot that was probably a couple weeks old?
Yeah, like
then
old
what?
ones,
Do
like
you have to wet it?
Or that it was underneath the bed,
'Kay.
and you never move your bed.
Do you have to wet it first?
Yeah, so
'Kay.
that again, you have a dry, old stain that you have never applied anything to.
Right.
You totally found this thing like surprise,
Yes.
right? So yes, best thing, get a measuring cup, add the water
Then
to the
use
stain. So you're hydrating the stain. Then add your Easy Clean to the hydrated stain.
That's it.
And the Easy Clean will follow that water into the into the carpet or
Yep.
you know whatever you're doing.
Yep.
And then for even so Easy Clean dies and when it dries out. So that's anything. So you're applying it to whatever we already talked about.
Yes.
As soon as it's dry, it will no
Stop
longer
working.
work because
Okay.
it dies.
Okay.
It's done. So to get your biggest bang for your buck, when we're talking about a carpet stain like that,
Wet it.
wet it,
Easy
apply
Clean
your
it.
Easy Clean,
Yep.
get a piece of handy wrap, whatever,
Okay.
plastic, and put it over your stain.
Okay.
Get a book
Yep.
and put it over there,
See, I'm gonna say.
and leave
my-
it alone.
I think that's also good because then you know not to walk in it.
Yeah,
But you're
well,
actually
true.
doing this to kind of pack it
Yeah,
in,
because
right?
what you're trying to do is you're trying to keep that as moist for as long as you can, because then the Easy Clean will stay alive, and
Yep.
as long as the Easy Clean stays alive, it will continue to eat what's there.
You
So it's-
guys, this is so good.
Yeah, and again, it is something that we talk this a lot, and we have been conditioned to apply a cleaner, and we want to
Rub.
we want to rub it, we want to wipe it, we want to get
Dab
and
it, scrub
throw
at
out.
it.
Yes,
Yes.
and we don't do that.
Not
No, we don't do it.
This-
Now, some other things that we don't do with Easy Clean,
What
since
don't we
we're
do?
talking about that,
okay.
is I do say that we treat Easy Clean like a frog.
Meaning.
So we do not boil Easy Clean. We do not add chemicals to Easy Clean.
Okay.
So you don't carpet cleaners.
Yep.
If it is a carpet cleaner that has its own water reservoir
Yes.
without an element in it,
Yes.
perfectly fine. Yes, put Easy Clean in it. Go nuts.
But if that's
But
that
if it heats
heated,
the water,
that's a frog. We don't treat it
yes,
like that.
exactly. You'll kill it. You'll get no results.
Okay.
Same with freezing it. If you're going to get Easy Clean, you're going to buy it at a store and forget it in the car overnight and
Yes.
freeze it. It's dead.
Dead for life, or can you bring it back to room
I
temperature?
would
It's dead.
say you're dead.
It's dead,
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, you might be able to, but by all means, of what I know, it would just be dead. It's,
Okay.
it's done.
This is a living thing.
Yeah, so then when we talk about not doing with Easy Clean, you don't add the chemical to it, right? Because of course it is alive and you're going to kill it.
Okay.
That goes with old carpet stains too. If you have had a carpet stain for 3 or 4 years and you have tried everything on the market to clean that carpet stain,
Okay.
pre-clean your stain. So you want to, you know, even if it's just adding the water and then trying to dab as much of that liquid out.
Get it back
If you
to
have
its
any-
original state as
Yes,
much as you can.
Because if there's anything left in that carpet
It
from
won't
your
work.
previous treatment,
It wouldn't work.
It will not
But
work.
that makes sense. But yet, I'm sure you have people who say,
Yeah, we do. We
Yeah.
have ones that say, "Oh, it didn't work," and we say, "Well, how old's your stain?" and what, and it usually ends up that you just
So
killed
good.
it. So you
Okay.
just start over.
So any other, we've covered the don'ts, what
Yes,
not to do.
I think so.
Okay.
Shall we go into?
So we did the home.
The pets, maybe.
Yes,
Okay.
perfect.
Since
And
we-
this is, what's this?
Oh, rubber mats. So
Okay.
this is more of let's say, because we said that lots of doggy daycares and kennels are using it and
Yes.
stuff. They do, a lot of their bays and stuff are done in rubber mats.
They are, yes.
Yes, and so training facilities, all that kind of stuff. I mean, you've got multiple dog situations.
Pet wash areas often
Yes.
have rubber floor
Yeah,
things.
so anywhere,
Okay.
like Easy Clean works really good on that. And lots of places, like if you're a kennel and you're interested in Easy Clean, that kind of thing, I mean, they're just putting it in their mop bucket, like their daily mop
Smart.
bucket. And so that when you go and you clean up a pee from over here, you bring your mop back, you put it into the bucket that has the Easy Clean in it, and it's digesting in the bucket too. So
Genius.
it's kind of a double whammy.
Genius. Okay, so those
so-
are the indoor uses.
Yes, so then,
Oh.
right. This is Joel's boot.
I'm going to put it over there. No, I'm just joking.
Because it's seasonally really wet right
Yep.
now. And everyone, kids' boots and our boots, and you're wearing rubber boots, and
Stinky.
the footwell of your car, anything that starts to smell like salt and vinegar chips is bacteria that thrives in your shoes and your boots,
Easy
your
clean.
foot area. Yeah.
So would I just literally spritz it right on
yes,
in?
literally take it and you just douse it inside. If your boot has a liner,
Yep.
you pull the liner out, put the liner through the washing machine.
Okay.
With the Easy Clean.
Yes.
So you're going to clean it there and double spritz your boot and then let that dry and then put the liner back in and you're off and running.
And then I will jump ahead before we get to pets because you were also saying, so not just boots, but teenagers, underarms,
yes.
t-shirts that are
Hockey
starting to
equipment.
smell yucky,
Yes.
hockey equipment.
Uniforms. Lots of people, uniforms are not always friendly as far as the material that they're made out of. And you might find that your underarms are starting to really stink. Yeah.
Towels.
Yes.
It's not necessarily time to get rid of all the towels. They
Yes.
just don't have a great smell anymore.
Yeah, so you can use it completely in the washing machine. Front loaders tend to get a little woofy. Like, I mean, front loaders have only been around for what, maybe 10, 15 years?
Okay.
And you know when your front loader starts to smell just a little
Okay.
musty, that you can run Easy Clean through it, and it'll really it'll clean up that smell. And then on top of it, use it in your wash.
I know
So-
this bed. This is your bed. 4-dog
Yes,
night.
so
4-dog night.
If you happen to need a pet bed, that's also on the website. But so we wash all of our pet beds to get the dog the dog smells out of them and stuff. You totally, or if you feed raw, lots of people get
Okay.
a raw bone kind of stain on the end of them.
Yes.
Works like a hot down.
And then how much just, I know I can read, but how
About a
much?
tablespoon per wash. I put it. Every wash I do, I have it in it.
Every day of life
I
anyway?
have 2 kids and we live on a farm.
Done.
There's stuff that I'm gonna miss, so I put it in there, and just in the soap compartment, and so I don't whatever the soap, and then I put the Easy Clean about a tablespoon in, and that way it freshens like the big blankets and stuff, the towels. It'll get that missing. You went for lunch and you got the gravy down your boob or whatever, and you're just like, favorite shirt, lovely. And then you miss it. You miss it because your husband did the wash, and so there's.
I'm looking at you, mister. That's
Yes,
so true.
yes. There's lots of guys use it on their tie. Because
Yes.
that's the target for lunch, is
Yes.
they'll go out for lunch and then they get this stuff on their tie and they'll just have like a little bottle in the office and they and it takes care of it. So
That's so good
yeah.
to know.
We hear all kinds of things.
And it smells really good too, but I
Yes.
also learned that the smell is more for me, that it doesn't overpower and it kind of goes away.
Yeah, the smell is for, you want to feel like you're doing something, and
Yes.
you want to feel like, now my garbage, I spritzed it in my garbage can,
Yes.
and now my garbage can smells fresh. Well, once the Easy Clean digests the bacteria that was actually making the smell in the garbage can, it won't smell
Amazing.
like anything.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And if my dog licked the floor, it's not going to hurt him. It's all
No,
super
it's
safe.
complete. You can touch it. yeah, they can have immediate contact with
Amazing.
it. Yeah.
So now that we're talking pets.
Yes. Okay, so
how does it work?
it works fantastic on cat urine,
Okay.
which we've already, said for the plants and stuff.
Yes.
But yeah, cat pee, I mean, cats can sometimes be pretty cruel.
Yeah.
Easiest thing when you're changing the cat litter box and stuff like that, you're just going to take the old litter out and spritz the bottom of the tray. Plastic is really, really porous.
Yeah.
So
dump the litter,
yeah,
spritz
the Easy
it.
Clean will go into all the little pores and stuff, and yeah, and then you just fill it up with new cat litter, and you're off and running. It gives extra life. I mean, it's not going to make it like forever smell better, but it definitely gives you
helps.
extra life, especially if you're like a condo cat or something.
Totally.
And you
totally.
got
Yep.
you can't hide it. It's there. For dogs, well, of course, I mean, anybody who has a dog who marks on like ottomans and Christmas trees and stuff like that, you'll be following the dog around with one of these, and it works. It's color safe on fabric and leather as well. So with the leather, you have to just watch the sheen of the leather. So what I would recommend if you're going to use it on leather, like my mom had to use it on leather, and use it on the back first and just see how just see how
like
because leather's weird because it sometimes has different sheens to it and stuff. So, but yeah, as far as fabric, I mean, curtains and ottomans and couches and stuff like that.
And then for pets too, we were talking about hamster cages and bird cages.
Yes, bird cages, snakes, ferrets, anything that has a small cage and you're living with it in your house, you don't want that smell to overpower the home. So again, Easy Clean when you're cleaning out the cages works really, really well.
I think, Jen, what I'm loving the most from what I've learned from this whole thing, and thank you, that's a lot of info, is that it is safe and that it smells good, but it's not just masking something. It's actually fixing it. You're actually spraying something that's going to work to eliminate it, which is fantastic.
Yes. Yeah.
Awesome.
It's not encapsulating the smell. It's not. Yeah, it's actually digesting it and taking it out of your environment.
I love it. So I'm not sure if we have any questions coming through, but I want to let everyone know. Do we have a question? Oh, ye old skunk smell.
Okay, and last year
I've never had it happen to Oliver.
Last year was a big skunk year. It really was, and I don't know. Maybe the skunks are getting a little bit more brave and living in more urban areas and stuff. But we had a lot of people, messaging us and stuff and saying, "Can I use it on the dog for skunk?" And then we have a lot of groomers that were messaging us saying, "Can we use it on the dog for skunk?" Yes, you can use it on the dog for skunk. So best case scenario, your dog has been skunked, and we've done it on both of our big dogs. And so you're going to wet the dog down. There's a best case if you can get to it like a dog wash or whatever, do it there, right? Sure. But if you can't, whatever, get the dog wet. And then you're going to take the Easy Clean and you're just going to spray it. Don't get
Hang on.
Obviously, I mean, like anything, don't get his nose, his eyes, inside his ears
douse
and stuff.
a minute.
But yeah, get his back and then just start rubbing. Just like a leave-in conditioner or whatever that we would do for our own hair and stuff. Yep. Just keep rubbing it through.
And it'll work.
Yes, and depending on how, like sometimes skunk can be, oh, hey, psst, I skunked you. And sometimes skunks are like, hey, boom, and you've just been bombed, right? So it will depend on how badly your dog got skunked.
But it also breaks it down.
Yes, it will digest it and it goes away.
And then the last thing, because I definitely want to, as we're getting into spring and then eventually summer, RVs and trailers and fridges.
Yes, fridges, freezers. Oh, yes. Oh, we almost forgot that.
I know, we could talk for 10 years, but it's exciting. No, it's good.
Okay, really quick. Freezers. Let's say your power goes out and you have a whole freezer of salmon in your shop that you don't realize the freezer's gone out.
Sensing another personal story here.
This is my mother-in-law. And she had all the salmon and, 10 days, whatever, the freezer is unplugged. She goes in there and she's like, what is this smell? Opens it up and the salmon has, come to life again. And she's like, oh my God. So yeah, my, her husband was just like, we're throwing out the freezer. And she's like, oh no, we're not. We don't throw out anything. And so
oh my gosh.
She got Easy Clean and she got all that fish out of there. And she did 2 applications of Easy Clean. And she's using that freezer again.
That's amazing.
Yeah, because again, freezers are plastic lined. Yes. Plastic is porous. Yes. Apply the Easy Clean to the plastic and it works really well.
And Joel have created quite the product.
Yeah, it's neat, and you do get to learn a lot about different things. Like people will tell you stories, and you're just like, wow, I just learned something really personal about you, and then they're totally all right telling you too, right?
But I think it's amazing, and I love there's an FAQ, but the website, vagabondpetsupply.com, go there for sure.
Yes.
Click on Easy Clean. It'll take you right there as well. Easy Clean or easy-clean.ca, and then on Instagram at easy-clean.
Yes.
Definitely follow. Look at some of the stories.
Yeah, there's
You've heard
testimonies,
this
and then,
today.
like I said, if you have a shop near you that carries it, I mean, we get stories from the shop owners and the employees of how, you know, as soon as that hit the shelf, they took one of these home and they had an issue, and they will tell you their own story of how this worked to get rid of their cat pee issue or whatever it was.
Amazing.
Yeah, we get a lot of feedback.
This definitely needs to be in every home. So Jen, thank you so much.
Yes.
If you have any questions, please put them below, and we hope that you enjoy your Easy Clean as much. Like, I have to go now because I'm going home to clean the whole house with Easy
Yes,
Clean.
that's usually what I say. I'm like, okay, now go have fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much, and we'll talk soon. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
That's